Hi everybody, I'm Greg Fishel. Welcome to bonus weather video number 3 for this week, and we're going to be taking a more detailed look at the forecasts that are put out by a bunch of very talented folks up in Washington, D.C. at the Climate Prediction Center. And these are the folks that put out 6 to 10 day forecasts, 8 to 14 day forecasts, monthly forecasts, and seasonal forecasts spanning the period of 3 months. So they do an awful lot of hard work up there, and they've, I was going to say for the most part they do a great job. They do a great job all the time. It's just that sometimes the atmosphere doesn't cooperate, and everybody involved in weather forecasting knows all about that. So let's go on ahead and take a little bit of a deeper dive here. And I just need to click up there, and there we go. So when you look at this, and you may have gotten this impression over the years, is that, okay, the reds and oranges are above normal, and the blues are below normal, and then everything in between is near normal. But that's not exactly what's going on here. And there's a legend down there at the bottom, which is probably, the print's probably too small for you to see. But basically, they start off with this idea that there's a 33.33% chance of temperatures being below normal, 33.33% near normal, and then 33.33% above normal, okay? And then they basically take it from there. So if you look at this legend down in here, the first orange color is 33 to 40%, okay? And then the next one is 40 to 50%, and they classify that as leaning toward above normal. And then when you get into the 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, then it's very, very likely above. So if you're in the third shade, then your confidence level is very high that you're going to have above normal temperatures. And then the near normal has 33 to 40% and 40 to 50%. And the equal chances basically is everywhere in the white. So it doesn't mean near normal. It means that there's no clear signal either way. And so they have just as good of a chance of being above normal as they do below normal. So maybe a better word or a substitute for equal chances would be indeterminate. But it does not mean necessarily near normal. It basically means it's a crapshoot in those areas. And then once you get into the blues, the first two shades of blue go from 33 to 50%, and then the third shade of blue and beyond is very, very likely below normal. So really the only place on the map, at least in the contiguous 48, that gets into that third shade on either side of the spectrum is up here in Pennsylvania, New York State, and New England, and out here in Montana, parts of Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. The other orange and red colors are leaning above normal, but not strongly. And the same thing with the belows near the Gulf Coast and back into the Southwest, leaning that way, but confidence level is not off the chart. Now, if we go to precipitation, it's the same idea, exactly the same idea from a statistical standpoint, is that the first two colors are likely above, but not absolutely high confidence. And then you get into the third color and beyond, and then you're definitely in the high confidence region. So in terms of above normal precipitation, most of North Carolina is leaning above, but not certain. And then once you head down into coastal South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, then the confidence level is very, very high. And in terms of below normal precipitation, there are any areas in the contiguous 48 that get into that third shade. So leaning below, yes, but not extremely high confidence. And then again, everything in the white means that it could be above, below, or near. There's no clear signal pointing in any one direction. So just thought you might find that interesting, because if you assume that the equal chance region is near normal and you end up 8 degrees above normal, then you might think, boy, that was a huge bust, but not really, because there was no clear signal pointing one way or the other. Chances of it being that were just as good as it being 8 below. So that's basically what that means. It's a fancy word for saying we don't know how that's going to turn out in that region. All right, folks, that is bonus weather video number 3 for this week. Hope you found that at least mildly interesting. The next daily weather update and the next bonus weather video will be coming up on Monday. Have a great Friday evening and even better weekend, and we'll talk to you in about 3 days. Take care, everybody.